Everybody, I got bad news. We've been canceled.
Oh, no. Peter, how could they do that?
Well, unfortunately, Lois, there's just no more room on the schedule. We've just got to accept the fact that Fox has to make room for terrific shows like Dark Angel, Titus, Undeclared, Action, That 80s Show, Wonder Falls, Fast Lane, Andy Richter Controls the Universe, Skin, Girls Club, Cracking Up, The Pits, Firefly, Get Real, Freaky Links, On at Large, Costello, The Lone Gunman, A Minute with Stan Hooper, Normal, Ohio, Pasadena, Harsh Realm, Keen Eddie, The Street, American Embassy, Cedric the Entertainer, The Tick, Louie, and Greg the Bunny.
Is there no hope?
Well, I suppose if all those shows go down the tubes, we might...
The reason for the show being back is as much as anything else, a complete change in, you know, the economic structure of the way these studios do business.
This is the worst use of money since I tricked out my big wheel. Hey, ladies, check out this ride, huh?
It's this entirely new medium of TV to DVD properties that's really changed everything. And that's actually coupled with what deserves the other half of the credit is the Cartoon Network reruns.
Good to be back, America!
When we found out that, you know, the show was beating Leno and Letterman every night, and that was the first inkling that maybe, you know, there was reason for hope.
All right, let's do it! Yes, I am the king!
Never in a million years did I think they would actually pick up more episodes.
Congratulations!
We put the property out there, let somebody else build its audience, and then take it over when it has that audience. And that's what happened to Family Guy the second time around.
This plan is so perfect, it's retarded.
Gary Newman, who's the studio president, and really deserves a lot of the credit for, you know, spearheading this movement to get the show back. I mean, this is... The fans should send him letters of thanks.
Oh, man, this is even more intense than that time I forgot how to sit down.
He called me in and just kind of sprung it on me. He said, you know, we're thinking about putting this thing back into production.
My God, I haven't been this exhilarated since Brian took me to see Les Miserables.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a slight change in the cast tonight.
Oh, no.
For this evening's performance, the role of Jean Valjean will be played by Kirk Cameron.
Oh! Oh, unbelievable! Oh, my God, how lucky are we, huh? Hey, Stewie, what are you doing tonight? Oh, nothing, just watching Kirk Cameron play Jean Valjean. Oh, my God, curtain up!
The first order of business was to talk with Caravallo, who is the producer of the show, and she's the one who essentially sets up the production, and finding out, you know, what writers we could get back who knew the show, what artists we could get back. A key component was Peter Shin, who is our supervising director, and is just a brilliant, brilliant animator. There was all these little pieces that had to come into play, and, you know, he's somebody who, if we had not been able to get him off of the project he was working on, we may not have been able to do this.
My daughter needs a makeover like there's no freaking tomorrow.
There are a lot of people from the original staff who are here.
That's David Goodman.
You want to know what I think? Read our scripts.
We actually have more of our season 1 and 2 writers this time around than we did during season 3.
Oh, we go way back. Mike and I are also friends outside of the show. We like to party. Yeah, ladies.
This group of writers, unlike any other show I've ever written for, we all sort of got together frequently after the show had gone away. Every now and then someone would say, wouldn't it be great if it came back? And then I remember last December we were at a party at Seth's house and there was talk of the show coming back. And I thought, well, that's a nice thought, but that doesn't really happen.
It's like, you know what? Fuck you. Don't toy with me. If it's coming back, call me when it's coming back. I can't deal with this emotional roller coaster.
What do you say we christen these new sheets, huh?
Why, Lois Griffin, you naughty girl.
That's me.
Dirty hustler. You filthy, stinky prostitute. You foul venereal disease-carrying, street-walking whore.
All right, that's enough.
Like a couple weeks later, he's like, well, I think it's really happening, and can you come back, and would you come back? And I couldn't believe it.
I'm so excited, I want to prep my diaphragm now.
Gross.
The actors are all back. I mean, this is an instance where if this were not an animated show, we would be in kind of deep trouble.
Seth Green calls me. He's like, did you hear Family Guy got picked up? And I was like, no. He goes, turn on E. We turn on E, and it's like scrolling on E. And I was like, I didn't get a phone call, did you? And he's like, no. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, we didn't know about it. Like, we found out from the news. We're like, huh, all right. The next day, we got a phone call, like, would you want to come back? And we're like, hell yeah, bring us back.
I got a makeover, Dad. Don't I look great?
Oh, Meg, honey, I always thought you were beautiful just the way oh, God. Couldn't do that with a straight face.
The people spoke, and thank God.
Welcome to the family, sweetheart. Chris, go burn all Meg's old pictures.
While we were off the air, the good thing about the internet is that it sort of kept everyone together. I mean, these fans had a place to go, even though the show wasn't on the air anymore, to talk to other people who are fans of the show. And it somehow built up, you know, this sort of need and this want.
I think it was all done for the fans. I think we tried to get as many writers back because the fans were so strong about the show that there's no need to change it.
I don't quite know how to explain the emotion connected to it, but it's like when people are that supportive of something that you think is valuable, it's really satisfying.
Chris just picked his nose and he keeps touching me with his finger.
What good is mining nose gold if I can't share it with the townspeople?
One thing that a lot of people have mentioned is that they feel that the show is very real, which just sounds like a weird thing to say about an animated show, but I know what they're talking about.
It's nice to feel like there's some kind of collective mentality that's all finding the same thing funny. So the fact that we had such a strong fan reaction to the DVD and that got the show put back on the air says a lot.
I hear there's a lot of buzz about this band.
Yeah, there was a pretty positive review carved in Tony's ass.
It's incredibly validating, because we knew when we were writing it, we knew there was something really special here.
You guys got talent.
Well, where do we sign?
Right here on Tony's butt cheek. Ah!
We had definitely a fan base. They were small, but they were crazy about the show. So we knew we were doing something right.
Oh, crap, today's the 17th.
Ah!
I think what's interesting is the show is a tiny bit ahead of itself in that it's made for DVD in a lot of ways. It's so dense. Like, our scripts are so much longer than most half-hour scripts, and there's so many jokes in it that it's almost made for DVD, to be able to stop. Wait a minute, what was that?
Do you have a picture of yourself that I could tape to the back of Lois's head?
I've always found the show to be really, really funny. There's a universal sense of humor, which made me feel not so alone in the world.
It was almost like being an artist and having a painting that you worked on for a couple years, and then you put it in a closet for a couple years and pulled it back out and saw the different things that you could do with it.
Chris, come down here. I need to talk to you.
I wouldn't want another one of those couple-year breaks, but I think it helped us really rejuvenate and come in strong.
Hey! Do you have any idea what time it is? Get in the house, fatty!
As long as we have enough people who know the show, we can, you know, fill out the rest and train new people, and it really always works. I mean, good writers and good directors adapt quickly. You know, we have some new people this season that are among some of the best people we've ever had, so somehow it's all worked out.
Damn, I'm terrible at meeting new people, like the time I was on Blind Date.
I'm having a great time, Stewie.
Me too. So, you ready to go grab some za?
Yeah.
So, wild guess here, but from the looks of your arm hair, I'm guessing you're Italian?
You know, when a group of characters really work and really click, it's something that's rare enough on television that when it does happen, people latch onto it, and I think that has happened here too. But I think there's not a lot of comedy out there on television that strives to, above all else, make you laugh.
People were primed to say this is not as good as the original. And we had that bar set really high because we knew how important it was to come out of the gates really strong and to prove to everyone not only is this as good, but in many ways it's going to be better.
Somebody save him! He can't swim!
Oh, he's not even kicking. Kick, Joe, kick!
Peter, he's a paraplegic.
That doesn't mean he can't hear. Kick, Joe, kick!
We actually did not set out to make any kind of change in the show. I mean, the last episode of season 3, I think, was Road to Europe. And the first episode of season 4 is North by North Quahog. Our goal was to make those seamless, that they could have been produced one week after another.
Hi, boys.
I didn't have my hand down my pants.
I'm my own worst critic, and these shows this year are the best that we've done.
Oh, here are the coffee mugs.
We're pushing the boundaries even further. I think we have even edgier jokes than we did the first time. I think we have smarter jokes than we did.
The standards and practices are a little more discriminating, but I think that hasn't kept us from making the show what it always has been.
Everything all right, Peter?
Well, Lois, since you asked, I find this meatloaf rather shallow and pedantic.
I think we've got some great characters that, you know, come on that are brand new and
Sorry about that.
Family Guy is innovative. They take chances. And when you take chances, a lot of times it's hit and miss. And I think that they hit more than they miss.
Okay, if I make this, we're all gonna get laid. Ha-ha! Yes! Score! Score!
It's a show that it definitely grows on you, you know.
Boy, I'd really like to chew on my crotch right now.
We basically get in the car for a road trip and someone pushes the gas. And you have absolutely no idea where you're going to end up. Honestly, it's a little bit nutty like that.
The writer's room back then was like a bar fight, only instead of punches, it was jokes. Everybody was just joking away like crazy, and there didn't seem to be any rules.
After today, your father will be known as the man who walked the longest distance with a sarcastic midget on his head. Now let's give him some encouragement.
Oh my God! I love midgets!
As far as we're concerned in the room, if it's funny, it goes in. And we've all been doing comedy-related things for a long time, and it's a tough. The toughest crowd of all is in the writer's room.
I will tell you this, on a traditional sitcom, you're in the writer's room, a situation arises, and the comedy writers, the first thought that comes out of their head is usually the funniest observation, and the second thing you hear is, well, we can't say that on TV.
Diane, I'm standing outside the Park Barrington Hotel because they don't allow Asians inside.
Fancy place.
On this show, that thought is the one that goes in, and it's always the funniest joke. And what's happened is, because it ends up being a little uncensored or whatever, it feels like it's breaking a taboo. But I don't think we ever sit down and say, what taboos can we break this week? But we do try to see what we can get away with.
It takes the sting out of something. When a joke is like blisteringly mean or racist or stupid or just completely insensitive, it's done with cartoons. It doesn't hurt as bad.
How do you deal with it?
Shack or another, Animal House, and it's like, well, those were R-rated comedies. You know, they were allowed to, push the envelope a little more. And it's funny for the moments that you hear on the DVD where we did, take out the bleeps, where Brian, says to Peter,
"In your fucking face, fuckwad!"
It's we did that knowing that we were going to put out DVD, which is another difference in this season from. Do them anyway because, well, that'll be that's a funny one for the DVD.
Are you out of your mind? You can't sell me, you fat son of a bitch!
Not to get philosophical about comedy, but what's true is funny, and I think that our show probably says what a lot of people are thinking about a middle-of-the-road sitcom or a particular celebrity who, if we make the right joke, everyone says, "Oh my God, yeah."
So, Annika Sorenstam, you're quite the female golfer, aren't you? Yes, quite the female golfer. Ha! I knew it! Look! Everybody look! Look! She's a fraud!
The way dialogue is written and spoken isn't your sort of typical, kind of canned dialogue that you get on a lot of other sitcoms. We make an effort as writers to, where it's appropriate, make it feel realistic and something that people can feel is representative of something that has happened to them or something that they could see happening to them in the real life.
It's very relative to what's happening today. It's not just a show about nothing. It's not a funny cartoon that kids can watch and be like, ooh, cartoon. They could, but also adults can watch it.
I am so clever. That's why they picked me to convince Congress to go to war.
There is no just cause for an invasion of Iraq.
Well, that may be. But what we're all forgetting is, anyone who doesn't want to go to war is gay.
I want to go to war.
Oh, yes, we should definitely go.
I was the first one who wanted to go to war.
It's a type of humor that people hadn't seen a lot of when the show first came on the air. It's a lot of quick gag-type humor, sort of laced throughout, a story that they can also follow and get absorbed into.
Family Guy just doesn't really worry about necessarily a linear plot. It kind of, my favorite thing about Family Guy is you will start in one place and think that you're going down 7 or 8 different paths.
I'm not gonna listen to you anymore.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm inside your head now, fatty, and I just might reach into your brain and do this.
Ow! Okay, I'll listen.
I think it's just the uniqueness of the style of humor, and I give all the credit for that to Seth MacFarlane, who created the show. I think he really came up with something unique, which is hard to do, particularly in today's comedy environment.
There's almost, in an odd, lowbrow way, a sophistication that you get on the DVD from, it makes it feel like more like you're watching. Stay on the air.
Okay, Quagmire, time to take off your training wheels.
There's a level of stress that just has been eased a little bit.
Esteban, mucho tension lower. 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 Lower on top of Old Smoky!
We are more comfortable, and you can hear voice differences and how there's an actual physical change from Lois's voice and Peter and Stewie from the first season to this season.
Peter. I'm gonna eat it. Give me that foot. It looks delicious.
For like Seth MacFarlane, who does 12 different voices per episode, that's talent. I just go in and talk. Not so much talent. But I can enunciate now.
Fat ass and his drunk friends left me at the roller rink. This wouldn't have happened if I had my own car.
It's interesting with the voices because if you watch like season 1, almost all the characters sound very different from the way they sound at this point.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Those are so his mannerisms.
I have never felt any kind of pressure on the show to satisfy anything. That may be a really obnoxious statement, but the writing's really good. So all I have to do is not screw it up from my perspective. Anything extra that I add to it spontaneously, it just kind of happens.
I am in no mood.
Here's something funny that's a confession. I never read the scripts because once I decided that I was a fan of the show, which was really early on, and because the recordings are done individually, I'm able to just come in and do my cues and watch the show like a fan without knowing what's going on.
My dad's smarter than your dad.
We have the same dad, idiot.
Yeah, but mine's smarter.
They've just kind of evolved or become more specific vocally. And I'd say the same is true of the writing. We kind of had broad strokes of each character at the beginning, and they've just fleshed out. I mean, it's, I guess the way that we grow them is simply by continuing to try to speak in their voice.
Oh, God, my claustrophobia is setting in.
It's all right, it's okay, it's all right. It's the fabric, It's your clothes. All right, let's get your clothes off.
Oh, Peter, what's wrong with you? I'm naked.
Oh, God, you're self-conscious. I'm sorry. You know what? Look, Cleveland, look. See? Now you're not alone.
You will not see a sweeter side of the Griffins. I think filthier. I think they might be a little filthier season 4. I think it was like you came back and you were really excited to get all your poo-poo humor out and get on the table fast.
Ah! Broke a damn blood vessel!
Every show kind of helps change the landscape, so to speak. Everything kind of like brings new ideas or pushes the envelope a little more and allows
That's, I think a lot of people find that refreshing. You know, no one learns a goddamn thing.
Now we can live with you again, even though you're a dangerous retard.
Don't say retard, Chris. We prefer to be called little people.
Maybe there's some crazy folk out there who drink beer all day and don't go to work. It's possible, but overall, I think people can just come home after work and just enjoy a half hour of just nothing and laughing and just forget about everything else.
It's good to have land.
Perhaps the Family Guy's legacy would be pushing it farther than anybody else has so far in primetime network TV.
Oh, good Lord!
And the only way you can get away with that is by really being clever and subversive and interesting.
Is that duty?
I'm doing the dishes, Joe. I'll change you in a minute.
Fortunately, Family Guy has a lot of seeds planted and a lot of places to turn for laughs. And, you know, I don't think we're close to, you know, running out of material for the show.
A lot of times people come to the show mainly for the laughs and the gags, but I hope that over time people will also kind of feel like they know the Griffins as characters too, and not just as, you know, two-dimensional, you know, vehicles for doling out all these gags.
Tonight the babysitter comes, Rupert. Lovely Ladon. Oh, hey, Ladon. Hey, what's going on? How are you? Yeah. Oh, it's just me, Stewie. Just being myself. Yeah. Well, this here? Oh, it's just my package.
I'm probably going to go to hell for working on it.
God delivered it. I signed for it. World keeps on spinning.
All the hard work we did those first couple of years wasn't for nothing.
All right, ladies, enough chit-chat. Take it off, get in the shower, and bounce around for me.
At the end of the day, it's entertainment. This is so silly, and it's late-night cartoon comedy, and people are finding some comfort and solace in a good laugh, and that's what it stands for.
Is there any tread left on the tires at all? Or at this point, would it be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway?
You know, this is what we all love doing, and we just want to keep doing it. And it's, you know, it's as much fun for us to do as it is for the fans to watch.
Oh, I love dodgeball. Heads up.
It's literally twice the numbers of people watching.
Oh, I love bunt cake. Heads up.
It's like, wow, it actually happened.
Oh, I love the trombone. Heads up.
It's the first time since we've been doing it that I think it's safe to say that we're here to stay for a while.
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say about anything.
We love it. Hey, Stewie, high five.
Well, it's about time. Psych. Damn!
It's why I'm not a complete alcoholic.
Sorry, I just farted.
Laugh and cry.
He's our family guy.
Okay, everybody, time for paintball.
Ooh, I forgot to pick up the paintball guns.
Well, we could use these. I brought them from the office.
Peter, is it safe to be firing real guns at each other in the house?
All right. Nobody fire at Lois. She's scared. All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Damn it, Peter, that hurt!
Relax, Quagmire. You're doing better than Peter Weller from the opening scene of RoboCop.
Well, now that the mess is all cleaned up and we're back from the emergency room, it's time for the last game of the night. Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, man, I hate Trivial Pursuit. Always makes me feel so stupid.
More stupid than that time you locked your keys out of the car?
Damn it! Hey! Hey! Somebody! Hey! Hey! Sir! You see those keys there? Sir? Oh, screw you! All right, Brian, this one's for you. What naturally occurring element has the highest melting point of all metals?
Cadmium?
Sorry, tungsten. Dumbass. My turn. What do you got?
Okay, here we go. What color is a fire truck?
Oh, God, I always get these. Okay, all right, fire truck. What color are those red fire trucks? Oh, God, I can picture them now. All red and everything.
That's right, Peter. They are red.
Lois, what are you doing?
I switched Peter's questions to the preschool edition. Just to let him have his moment.
Good thing I just watched that National Geographic special on fire trucks.
A solitary killer. The fire truck stalks its prey. The fire truck can consume 8 times its body weight. The ambulances will have to wait their turn.
Okay, Brian, name the 16th century ecumenical body that marked a major turning point for Christianity in Europe.
I think that was the Council of Trent.
You could not be more wrong. The answer is Phyllis Diller.
Peter, you're reading the pink...
My turn!
Okay, Peter, this is for the win. Say the word, what?
Wow. Okay. This really separates the men from the boys.
Peter, just say what.
Yeah, Lois, this is not a race. Okay, I want to say who. Fantastic Four, steak, small amount of peas. Is it what?
That's right! You win, Peter! You did it!
Oh my God! I won!
Yeah, you go in and get that. Show that fishy who's boss.
Loretta, they have some of that 3-bean salad you're so fond of. Hey, Quagmire.
Well, we'll have to do this again sometime.
Hi there. I'd like to welcome y'all to CPR. I see a lot of smiles here in this room. There's one. Oh, there's another. Good. I see that soda up under your chair. It's all right. Soda's all right on my watch. We also got Oreos here and fresh coffee. Everybody likes a snack. Now, who wants to go first? No takers? Fine, I'll go first.
Peter, why don't you volunteer?
Oh, no, I don't volunteer for anything since I helped those guys repaint the Sistine Chapel. Yeah, listen, I thought the stuff that was there was kind of lame, so I put this up. Yeah, I figured Andre the Giant would be a little hipper, you know? Get back some of those boys you scared away.
And that's pretty much all there is to it.
Yeah, it's hard, jagged, and tastes like alcohol. Just like kissing Faye Dunaway. Easy now.
So it's official. Y'all are card-carrying lifesavers.
Holy crap, a card with my name on it! I am now Peter Griffin's certified CPR. Come on, Lois, I've got lives to save.
Thanks, be safe. Oh, nobody had any of the coffee. Only a couple Oreos gone. I'm gonna take the rest home to the cats.
Meg, you should ask him out. I mean, you're the only one of us who's ever had a real boyfriend.
I'm back. I brought another picnic. You're such a good listener. You're not like the other boys. You're so good with animals. I guess I could give it a try. All right, here goes. Hi, Craig. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to, I don't know, go out sometime?
I must say, I do feel a strange satisfaction watching the black ball topple all those self-righteous white pins.
Can't blame them for being self-righteous. The black ball's in their neighborhood uninvited.
The black ball's done nothing wrong.
If the black ball's innocent, it has nothing to fear.
Fellas, it doesn't matter what you wear as long as you play kick-ass rock and roll and do this with your tongue. Am I right, Gene?
You got that right, Pete.
Oh, my. Hi, Gene. I didn't know you were here.
All right. Keep it in your mouth, rock star.
It's a great pleasure to be here and be part of Family Guy, believe me. It's my kind of show. Thanks for including me as the mayor of Quahog.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Listen, Mayor West, my friend Quagmire here is in trouble. He needs a place to stay tonight.
Say no more. I'll protect you, sir. It is my job.
We love this man here. We love this man.
Thank you.
And clearly America loves him.
I'll be here all night. Just don't try to make me smile. I'm forbidden to smile. Oh, no. That episode of Growing Pains when Mike's friend Boner ran for student council. Boner, his name was Boner.
The single most demanded character in the community of Quahog is Adam West, and so we are proud to have him back.
The Bible declares an eye for an eye. So let us now take our vengeance on this murderous ocean. You won't be hurting anyone anymore.
This man opens his mouth. It's the most compelling thing in the world, I tell you. You could read the phone book. You would be utterly enwrapped.
Today we celebrate the life-saving actions of Glenn Quagmire, who displayed courage and bravery, who saved his town by sticking his finger in a dike. Fox, you're so fortunate to have this man and this show and me, really. We are giving you something outstanding. So it's a shouting match you want, eh? Well, game on, Quahog. I'm beating you!
Urban's house, day in the living room. Chiron reads February 2002. Peter addresses the family.
Everyone, I got bad news. We've been canceled.
Oh, no. Peter, how could they do that?
Well, unfortunately, Lois, there's just no more room on the schedule. We've just got to accept the fact that Fox has to make room for terrific shows like Dark Angel, Titus, Undeclared, Action, That 80s Show, Wonder Falls, Fast Lane, Andy Richter Controls the Universe, Skin, Girls Club, Cracking Up, The Pits, Firefly, Get Real, Creepy Limits, Mind at Large, Costello, The Lone Gunman, A Minute with Stan Hooper, Lowell, Ohio, Pasadena, Cash Realm, Peanutty, Street, American Embassy, Cedric the Entertainer, The Tick, Louie, and Greg the Bunny.
Is there no hope, Peter?
Well, I suppose if all those shows go down the tubes, we might have a shot.
Urban's house night, Peter and Lois's bedroom. Lois and Peter lie in bed reading.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This whole thing is full of words.
Honey, what do you say we christen these new sheets, huh?
You are on.
Peter farts.
That's not quite what I meant, honey.
Why, Lois Griffin, you naughty girl.
That's me.
You dirty hustler. You filthy, stinky prostitute.
Okay, I get it.
You foul venereal disease-carrying, street-walking whore.
All right, that's enough.
A little later, we can hear the rhythmic creaking of Peter and Lois's bed. In Meg's room, Meg covers her ears with a grossed-out expression on her face as the creaking continues. In Chris's room, Chris lies in bed looking up at the ceiling with a scared and confused look as the creaking continues. Zip pan over to Chris's closet where the evil monkey is peering halfway out, listening curiously. In Stewie's room, Stewie's asleep. The creaking continues. A dream bubble appears above Stewie's head. In his dream, the creaking is the creaking of his rocking chair as he sits on the porch of a southern plantation. He sips a mint julep.
It's good to have land.
Well, that's everything. everything. Now remember, kids, Brian is in charge while your father and I are out at Cape Cod.
I'll take good care of them, Lois. You guys have a good time.
Bye, Mom, I love you!
The car pulls away.
I say, we should have a raging house party. Do you know any light-skinned black fellas? We don't want them to get too out of hand.
Reuben's house night. In the living room, Brian sits reading Dude, Where's My Country as Stewie enters from the kitchen dragging Rupert.
You know, Brian, if I choose to make stool in my pants right now, you're the only one here to change me. Isn't that interesting? Is it coming? Is it coming right now? Well, there's no way to tell, is there? But one thing's for certain, it gets awfully messy in there.
I'm not going to change you.
What?
I said I'm not going to change you.
Well, you can't be serious. Well, what if I make a fudgy? Well, I just won't. I just won't, that's all. I just won't. Blast, I just did!
Chris, cut it out! Brian, Chris just picked his nose and he keeps touching me with his finger.
I'm trying to share something myself with you!
Listen, you guys, Lois put me in charge, and I'm telling you both to knock it off.
Ah! Stop it!
Why do you always put a wall between us?
Chris chases Meg out of the room.
What good is mining nose gold if I can't share it with the townspeople?
I swear to God, these kids are going to make me put a bullet through my head.
Well, if I was in charge, we wouldn't be having this problem.
Well, you got some ideas? Tell me.
Oh, I'll tell you. Of course, I'll want a favor in exchange.
How does it smell, dog? Does it smell like servitude? Half torpedoes, fire!
Exterior rural New England road evening. Peter and Lois drive along. In the Griffin's car, Peter drives. Lois is fast asleep in the passenger seat. Peter glances over at her.
Lois?
She remains asleep.
Hey, Lois, honey.
Sweetheart. And then Peter deliberately swerves the car to the right.
Oh, you're awake. Hey, can you hand me the pretzels?
Here. Where are we?
About 2 hours from Cape Cod's most luxurious bed and breakfast.
Oh, Peter, this is gonna be wonderful. I'm so excited I want to prep my diaphragm now.
Gross.
There's just a whole subsection to this series that involves music that I don't think people really know about.
He has a great appreciation for jazz. I think he understands music better than just about anybody doing this kind of work.
You know, our composers, Ron Jones and Walter Murphy, are just brilliant, brilliant guys and are unbelievably versatile guys. You know, they have this, Henry Mancini talent of being able to just work in any style. They've both done so much work in this business. Ron wrote for the A-Team and Hunter and Magnum P.I. and all these great action shows. My favorite credit of Walter's is he used to orchestrate for Doc Severinsen on The Tonight Show when Carson was hosting. Doesn't get much better than that.
Both Ron and I were just thrilled to come back. We just picked up where we left off.
I think Walter and I are really
Sometime. We gotta get her half naked and put her out front center stage. And that's gonna make y'all billionaires because America loves hot, white, jailbait ass.
Hit it!
Cloudy skies and rain clouds have come to stay. Windy nights and sad sights won't go away. La 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 la. But I wanna be without a care. Unicorns and butterflies everywhere.
I think we just are trying to give more pop. There's more kick.
Gonna it'll be alright. Gonna buy me a rainbow. Gonna wrap me up in a great big bow.
A lot of times the musical jokes are in the script, and those things have to be written ahead of time so they can animate to the music. From the time we actually spot the show till we come here and record, and it's a busy week because sometimes we have anywhere from 30 to 40 little pieces of music in 22 minutes of show. It's kind of like a musical scavenger hunt every week because very often the pieces of music are so different. They're parodying movie scores or popular songs. So it's a lot of the work is research, musical research.
The Aha video was just something that was pitched in the writer's room. It was you know, one of those, can we do that? Would it be visually possible for us to do that? And we would go and talk to Cara, our producer, and she says, you know, I think we can probably find a way to do that. The director, Kurt Dumas, as well as the overseas director in Korea, really did a great job on that sequence. I mean, it looks so much like the video, and Chris really, you know, is drawn exactly in that style, and he blends so well. It's just fun for us, you know, to keep digging this stuff up and how can we fit this thing into our universe.
Chris, where have you been?
I don't know!
Every parody that we do is true to the original source that it was from. Like, for instance, if it was from a Broadway show or if it was from a movie, we try and make the musical arrangement sound just like that. The outrageousness is in the lyrics, so that's Seth's department.
I don't know how to tell you this, Mr. Devaney, so I'll let these guys do it.
You have AIDS.
Yes, you have AIDS.
I hate to tell you, boy, that you have AIDS.
You got the AIDS.
You may have caught it when you stuck that filthy needle in here.
Or maybe all that unprotected sex put you here.
It isn't clear.
The music on the show is very old-fashioned. It's very, you know, kind of this classic MGM style, you know, big band at times.
Be sure that you see that this is not HIV, but full-blown AIDS. Not HIV, but really full-blown AIDS.
I'm sorry, I wish it was something less serious.
But it's AIDS. You've got the AIDS.
You know, you need musicians to do that. You can't get that from a Casio.
We're lucky enough to have the best musicians in Hollywood playing here. We have such a great team with Armin Steiner engineering and our music editors.
We've used a live orchestra since the very beginning, and at this point, there's only 4 or 5 shows left on TV that do that. That was one of the battles that I fought at the very beginning. You know, this is very important to the show, and we've actually, the use of the orchestra has grown a lot since we started. You know, we do more musical numbers.
It seems to get better and better, and they let the composer stretch out a little bit more.
It's unfortunately a dying art, and it makes a huge difference.
We're adding a whole new dimension, I think, to the show.
It's a potpourri of all kinds of fun stuff.
I don't think people always realize that what they're hearing is live music, but when you go in there and you see this band, the sound of that air in the room and those live players, it really, you know, classes up a show.
Nicely done.